really wanted to say very, very quickly that it's really exciting to be here to honor and celebrate the great work that Grace Cottage is doing around creating a healthy, local, sustainable food system. So very commendable to Denise and her team. The Healthy Food and Healthcare Initiative is a national initiative, so there are people like me across the country, as it starts to rain, we'll tough it out. There are people like me across the country working in their own states and regions on this same initiative. So really, Grace Cottage is really part of both a very local Vermont movement as well as a New England movement, but there's also a very national feel to this Healthy Food and Healthcare Initiative. And the purpose of the initiative is really to create healthy, local, sustainable food systems with healthcare as the conduit. So really recognizing healthcare facilities with their health expert status, looking at healthcare facilities as places of healing, and really focusing on food as a way to prevent many of the diseases that we see and really to promote health. One component of the Healthy Food and Healthcare Initiative is the Healthy Food and Healthcare Pledge, and there's a somewhat largish copy over here, as well as copies for you to take if you wish to read it. It's really a framework document, a guidance document that outlines steps that healthcare facilities can take to really work on creating a more sustainable food service operation within their facility. So it outlines different steps that facilities can take, and what I like about it is that it's purposefully a little bit vague. It's not prescriptive. It's not saying you as a facility must do all of these things. But it's laying out ideas and suggestions for hospitals and healthcare communities to take as they work on creating a sustainable food system right inside their facility. There's certainly a recognition that hospitals that sign the pledge are not committing to doing every single thing that's listed in the pledge, but it's a commitment to think about it, it's a commitment to try, and it's a really commitment to grow. And so you can see the different pieces that are laid out in the pledge. We really do focus on baby steps in the Healthy Food and Healthcare Initiative. It's not about overhauling your entire food service department. It's not about starting from scratch. It's about taking baby steps that are manageable, doable, that you have interest for and passion for in your facility, and really starting small and building on your successes. So getting local apples, local yogurt, local granola. So really starting small and building on those successes. We have 378 hospitals and health communities that have signed the Healthy Food and Healthcare Pledge across the country. We have 11 hospitals and health communities that have signed the pledge in Vermont. So we have 16 hospitals total in Vermont, which means as a leader, Vermont is really leading in the percentage of hospitals that have signed the pledge. So it really sends a really powerful message throughout New England and across the country. People look at Vermont as a leader in the healthy food movement, local food movement, farm to institution, farm to hospital movement. So really we're really leading the way, and Grace Cottage is certainly a big part of that.
Thanks, Mick, and I want to thank Denise and their dietary staff for what they're doing with local foods. I like to say that Vermont is a leader. We're recognized nationally for our local food movement, not only in the schools, but in the institutions as well. I'm reminded about Grace Cottage because I grew up here. And when I grew up as a young man many years ago, my mother was in charge of the laundry department, and Shirley Greenwood and Norma White ran the kitchen. I think your mother was, and I suspect back then they bought their goods from Merle Lawrence's IGA store. Right on the corner in Newfane too. And so what we have is a renaissance of the past going on. And I said to my mother a few years ago when I was in Montpelier, she said to me, what are you doing this weekend? And I said, well, we have a local board event. And she said, what's that? And I said, it's about local food. And she said, what's new about that? So we are returning back to our roots, and it's wonderful. And I give great credit to what Denise is doing and others like her. I was at an event last week, and they told me that maybe listen, you know about this. One hospital was have doctors that have food service to patients that are using local food. So perhaps we'll get better here too. And but Grace Cottage is not only known for its quality health care, but now also is known for giving nutritious, healthy food. And you make them go through the salad bar first.
Yes.
So let's plant some
Sure.
some products.
Yeah, here.